Alright, this is Desmancher on Retro Nights, and we're here tonight to do the next part of Phantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom. Going through Chris's story here, one of four third generation heroes that you can play in the game. On my last session, we knew that we achieved flight mode with Ren, easier to get around the world, found that the next place we needed to go was a sky castle in the frozen world of Frigidia. So that's where we're going to head next. I've been doing a little busy work off stream. I went around and got the some equipment upgrades for the party, picked up a second slicer for Kara so that she's more effective, and and switched Chris back over to swords from from pistols, so he's more effective now as well. And so we're gonna head off now. Yeah. Sorry if there were some desktop sounds a second ago. I had just hooked up my headset to my laptop and had forgotten to mute it. So let me go ahead and take care of that now. All right. Welcome to the wandering castle of Skyhaven, kin of Orakio and Leia. Figure robots with their all caps. I'm gonna talk like robots. Please do not take my masters from me. Why would he ask us that? Let's see, I believe we're bid to go here under the belief that it would help us stop the unholy power that is apparently rising. To conquer the unholy power that is trying to destroy the world, you will need the ultimate weapons. The ultimate weapons are empowered by a special name. This name has been sealed away to prevent these weapons from becoming too fearsome in their might. The special name means the weapon that is not a weapon in the language of the ancient Algal. Screwed that up. Okay, let's try that again. It was once sealed away in Sage Isle, which lies in the world of the Leyan lands your grandfather once visited. To go to Sage Isle, you will need the ancient machine that lies on the floor below. But can you claim it, I wonder? If you are confident, go and try. If we learn the special name, we can use its power to transform the Arms of Legend into the world's mightiest weapons. The Arms of Legend are those weapons with which the heroes of old fought with their hearts and souls. There are 5. Orakio's sword, the Mune Claw, the Siren Shot, Leia's bow, and the Loon Slicer. Okay, so of those 5, we already have Leia's bow and the Loon Slicer, since those characters come with them. So we just need to get a sword, a claw, and a shot, or a laser cannon of some sort. So, dungeons here below. Alright, where to go? sure. Target the back row in case. No, didn't want that. It doesn't matter. There we go. Let's see. Okay, that didn't put me in the place I wanted to be. Oh wait. Ah, darn it. It's very easy for me to lose my bearings after a fight. Kara's already almost dead again. Jesus. She just cannot take hits. Why does this Monami keep coming back? There we go. So Moondew is good. That's an item that revives. It's like a Phoenix Down. Let's see. Lacan Ribbon. That will be good for me. Okay. Oops. Kind of spider robots, I guess. The pink nipples on that green one are kind of disturbing. Queen Crown. It's going to be a good pickup for Leia. Oops. And those are the marine parts, which is what we're looking for. That will allow Ren to sail over water in addition to air. So we also just got a bow for Leia that... Is she already using that? No, she's using a laser bow. Don't know that a noble bow will be better, but let's see. It's not better, okay. Okay, so we got what we came here for, but once again I'm an idiot and forgot to bring one of those dungeon escaping items, so it's a walk back out. And before I go anywhere else after this, I'm definitely going to drop by the desert world and pick one of those damn things up. Taking a quick detour here because there's a chest I missed. Oops, I went a little too far. Or not far enough, rather. Oh, well, that worked out okay, I guess. Usually always feels bad if Kara targets a single, since she hits everything in a row for free. There we go, Star Mist. Handy heal all item. They don't sell them in stores, only a finite number in the game, so it's good to get them when you can. kind of wonder what that's supposed to be. Maybe a sentient, well, not a sentient, but maybe a security orb or something, I suppose. Anyways, we're all done here. We can return once we have the remaining 3 weapons, and fortunately I know exactly where to get them, having already gone through these proceedings twice. I mean, one of them you will get automatically by going to Sage Isle. The other one, Mune's Claw, is fairly... If you've been paying attention to the story, it's pretty clear where you need to get that from. The one thing that the game maybe doesn't specifically tell you what to do is where to get Orakio's sword, though it kind of leaves you to put 2 and 2 together, since you have the sub parts and you have the ship parts, so where can you go? And you wouldn't know from watching what I've streamed by now, but there is an area in the very first world of the game that you would have seen playing through the first route that would probably have been curious to anybody about why they couldn't access it, so I'm guessing it would have been fairly organic, but who knows. Anyways, first things first, now that we're back, let's go ahead and save up. I'm gonna pause for 5 seconds to go grab a bottle of water. Okay, back. Okay, so our next stop is to go to the desert world, pick up some ocarinas to be able to exit dungeons easily, and then it's a straight shot to the first world of Landon, where Orakio's sword awaits us. Where's the landing pad? Ah, I love you, Kara. You just destroy everything when the cards are played correctly. Hi, cat. You might have heard my cat. She's getting friendly. we go. Just a quick stop to get an item that I really should have had on me at all times. It's so easy to forget because this game just cuts out so many oh, she's full. So many conveniences that one is used to having from playing the previous games. 2, Phantasy Star 2 has somewhat of a reputation as kind of a brutal game, but it makes it very easy for you to get around. Very early on, you get 2 spells on the main character that you can use pretty much at any time. One that allows you to leave any dungeon you want, and another that allows you to teleport to any town that you've been to. And it's just so simple and convenient, and it's easy to do, and it makes it very easy to kind of play the game it was designed to play, where you kind of explore the dungeon. They're really large and labyrinthian, and port out once you're running low on resources or just too damaged, and then immediately zip back to town. It's so simple and intuitive, and really more user friendly than you might expect from an old game. So it's so weird that this game comes next, and they it's just not nearly as convenient. And there are a lot of reasons for that. There's the development history of this game is pretty interesting. It was, in case you didn't know, it was created by a different team than had made the previous 2 Phantasy Star games. And it obviously shows in how different it feels from the other 3 games in the classic Phantasy Star series. The games that the team that made this game had been... The games that they had made previously were actually the Golden Axe series. And if you look at a screenshot of Golden Axe and a screenshot from one of these towns, you see the similarities. You see how it kind of came from that, because the art style, the kind of color palette, and the character designs, they just don't match with the rest of the series at all. And there's a very good YouTube video that analyzes all this that I will drop a link to towards the end of this, and it covers all this and more, and I highly recommend it if anybody's just kind of academically curious in the history of this strange little entry in the Phantasy Star series. Oops, accidental trip. Looking for a pier here. That's the indication that you can go into the water, but it's not here. I think it's maybe over here somewhere. Okay, well now I just don't know, so I'm gonna go back to that airstrip and fly around a bit looking for it. Meanwhile, just casually murdering anything I come across. Okay, where are you, you peer? Ah, there it is. Oh, Ren, what can't you do? So here's what we're looking for. This sunken shrine, and you know, when you play the very first route in this game, the original protagonist Riss, you unmistakably see this because you take a ship that's originally here and you cross it and you notice it. And so this game kind of banks on you remembering this and thinking, oh, I have a ship attachment and I have a sub attachment, so I bet I can check this thing out now. And here we are, under the water. And, you know, they could have tried and made this another dungeon of sorts. I'm kind of glad they didn't, because it's just there's already 3 more to go through from this point. It would have just been more busy work. All you have to do is come in here and find the sword. And there it is. Black sword, red dots, pedestal. Looks a bit ominous, doesn't it? Actually, it looks like it's jammed into like a white version of a Sega Genesis. Oblique reference. Pulled Arakio's sword from its resting place. Huh? There are some words carved into the floor. To its destruction shall I lead the world. My name is Dark Force. Well done, ye who have freed my name from its bonds. Thanks to you, I can now manifest myself in this world once more. Allow me to repay the favor by destroying both you and your world. Ha 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 ha! You have loosed the name of Dark Force upon the world and resurrected the Power Unholy. So it was Dark Force all along. In your anger and despair, you have acquired the technique of ultimate destruction, Majid. Well, that's a bummer. So, if you've played the previous games, of course, Dark Force is a recurring character. This is the first game in which Dark Force specifically has had dialogue of any sort, so that's new. And of course, Majid first made its appearance as a spell that the protagonist of Phantasy Star 2, Rolf, learns towards the end of the game. And so it's... well, I can't look at anything right now, actually. I had to leave. Okay. There's the... oops. Doing that a lot. Okay, so let's check this out. Like I've mentioned that magic isn't really much of a thing, particularly any kind of attack or utility magic. But okay, check it out. We have Majid, so that's there. That's cool. Doesn't have any kind of, well, that rating that you see next to the spells is actually not the amount of tech points or MP that they cost. It's like the relative strength of the spell. It's a very weird decision, but there's Majid. So hey, it's cool. We have the strongest spell in the game. Let's try and use it in a fight. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so select Chris, go to his spells, and nope, don't see it here. So yeah, they give you Majid, but you actually can't use it, which is a choice, definitely a choice. So it's there, you have learned it, but as far as actually using it in a fight, it has no relevance. Anyways, now that we have Arakio's Black Sword, you might recall that android we found wandering the desert mentioned something about thinking you were Arakio, but realizing that you couldn't be because you don't have his Black Sword. So now that we have it, probably a good idea to go talk with her again. Alright. Always picking the wrong way to go. Okay, so we are back in the desert world of Iridia. So now we just gotta find that wandering android. There she is. Mune. Ah, the Black Sword. You are Lord Orakio. I'm so glad I was able to see my Lord Orakio again before I shut down. Mune collapsed. So as you see, this android was none other than Mune, one of two robots who fought alongside Orakio in ancient times, the other being Siren, who has gone deranged, if you recall from what I was saying earlier in this series. And we found the Mune Claw inside. And so Mew can inherit that weapon from her sister android here. I'll discard it, we want to give it. There we go. Huh? Oh, we can't give it to Mew because she's full. So let's do something about that. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Orakio sword should go to Chris, who's also full of inventory. Wow, this is all come back to me. We should give this to Ren. Take your own shit parts, dude. And yeah, he's got so much shit. Okay. There we go. Now give the Mune Claw to Mew. There we go. Okay, now let's equip all that. Oh man, yeah, look at that. Incredible increase in power. Mune Claw. So we'll probably want to take the Grief Claw out. There we go. Oh no, yeah, again, just great. Okay. And so now, I'm gonna wanna see where we need to go next. We need to go to... So they mentioned that Sage Isle was on the... they didn't specifically say, but they said it was in the island that that Chris's grandfather had visited, or rather the world, which would be the northeast world right here, which is Aquatica. There we go. And so actually we're right near the gate for that, so that's where we're going to head next. Ugh. Waste of Kara's power. That was lazy. Did want to target before I attacked. So let's see, that gate should be around here somewhere. This time, let's do it that way. Okay. Oh, wow, Leia went first. That's unusual. Oh. It's weird. It's not in the shot. It must be a little further south. Ah, there it is. Poison us, will you little bastards? Ah, see how it didn't work? That's the annoying aspect about this spell. There we go. Seriously, took 3 tries. So yes, we should be in Aquatica now. Double check on our handy little monitor. No, we're not. Okay. I was slightly off. This one, here we go. Now it should be correct. Yep, okay. So let's see, we need to go... So, there's Sage Island, there's a pier. We just need to find another place with a pier that we can get off on. There we go. Let's duck in this town real quick for a quick little nap and save, and let's talk to folks. Ago, country of the people of the sword, is for now at peace. The one-eyed knight of legend, Lyle, he whom they say fought through the flames. I met him just once when I was young. Lyle is a member of your party in the very first generation of this game. It's a longtime fan favorite. I remember a friend of mine who really loved this game when I was in elementary school. He would never stop talking to me about how cool Lyle was. You know, he's got a cool appearance, I guess. He uses a bow, casts spells. And this isn't where I want to be. He also has more of a story arc than kind of any other character in the game, which I suppose is another reason he became popular. you're somewhere in here. Oops. Overshot it. There it is. Okay. Okay, so now we got dragons up in here. But they ain't shit. That robot skeleton's a little spooky, though. Green sleeves, huh? It's a shield, but we don't use shields in this house. Huh, that dragon might have had the only neat enemy animation in this game. Oh, well look, here's a sprite that looks just like Ren's. Ah, it's Siren, the enemy from the last generation. Let's see, I fought with Lord Orakio 1,000 years ago, but Laia locked me away on Satellite. I swore vengeance on Leia. When Satellite drew near again, I finally had my chance, and I resumed killing lands. I broke Lord Orakio's law. But here on Sage Isle, I learned of Lord Orakio's real enemy. I hope I can apologize to Lord Orakio and Leia in the next world. Siren collapsed. So, bit anticlimactic for the guy who set off the events of this generation, but he seems to have learned he was mistaken and chose to end his own life. And we obtained the Siren shot, so let's give that to Ren. Ah, you need that. There it is. King Sword, but we don't need that when we already have Orakio's sword. some low health here, so let's use up some of these last dynates. These are all gone. And a king shield. I have never bothered to use shields in this game. Then our wizened sages are down here. Okay. People call this place Sage Isle. I love this. Don't mind us interrupting your conversation with a random battle here, and these guys just patiently wait for you to finish that before you talk with them. The arms of legend will you bear instill in us deep sadness. All the arms of legend have been gathered together for the first time. Perhaps the time has come to break the seal. Listen well. We will now break the seal. The weapon that is not a weapon. That which was brought into this world to give it a brief glimmer of light. The name of Nay. The beautiful ancient word of Nay has been revived. Through its power, Miu has learned the Ryuka technique. Whew, so, that was, Nay, of course, is a reference to the party member in Phantasy Star 2. Very, very well known for fans of that game. So, definitely a little Easter egg there. And again, Miu has learned the spell of Ryuka, which was a very handy spell. And I'm going to use the item to escape from this dungeon, I just realized. Very handy spell in the original, in the previous entry of Phantasy Star 2, since it was what lets you teleport to towns. But of course, like Majid, if you look at it over here, there it is, but it can't be accessed, so a little bit painful. But that's the way this game is. Okay, so now that we have all the weapons assembled and have learned the secret name of Nay, we have to return to Skyhaven in Frigidia. And there's some backward shortcut to get there, but I can't quite remember it, so I'm just going to walk straight across the desert. Which I believe we can get to from here. Yeah, there we go. It's going to be a bit of a long walk, but it's okay. Okay, we're on the other side. Need to go south. I don't need that. Whew, these guys just had a field day on us. Down he goes. So before we go to Skyhaven here, I want to just offload some of the items I'm carrying around since so many of these characters are full. Let's see. Could sell Chris's sword. The shield. What else? Oh yeah, so much stuff here can go. What about Ren? He's got some things we don't need. Okay. What about Leia? And Kara should be okay, but let's double check just to make sure. Oh nope, she has that King Sword. Let's get rid of that. Okay, great. Did I sell it? Let me double check. Okay. And of course we're gonna just save on principle here. It's just a good idea. So I know one of these robots is going to have some different dialogue now. My masters, their lives are now... He seems to believe that you coming back is a bad thing for his masters. Well done! You have obtained the lost name. And so we shall offer up our lives in prayer, and in exchange the ultimate weapon shall be born. The arms of legend shall now become those that bear the name of Nay. So they're sacrificing themselves to power up your weapons. It's pretty metal. Equip yourselves with the Nay weapons. Okay, so if we check our inventory, our weapons should now all be different. A sword. Ooh, look at that climb. A claw. A shot. Actually, I have to wait that out. And the Nay bow. And finally, the Nay slicer. Alright. It seems as if our duties are at an end. Destroy the Dark One with the arms bearing the name of Nay. So I think back in the Sage dungeon, I forgot to talk to one of the guys after we obtained the name of Nay, but one of them says that Rulakir, Lord Orakio's elder brother, has fallen into evil, and how tragic that is. So that's the line that gives you the clue if you've found Rulakir, like I did in the last session, that I guess I should go there from where I'm at right now. So the game does not organically direct you to that location at all, though. So if you just had never run into it, you might not really know exactly where to go from here. So definitely does not hold your hand, and that's to its detriment, I think. But before we set off there, we got a lot of money now, so although we have the best weapons for everybody now, Mew and Kara both need their best secondary weapons, which we can find here. And yeah, even though those guys offered up their lives to to power up your weapons, as you can see, they just stay there. They don't disappear or vanish or anything. But I guess maybe they just die off screen. Okay, yeah, this sounds pretty cool, right? Time Slicer, Chaos Claw. So yeah, we'll give that to Kara. Chaos Claw to Mew. Okay. Okay, and then let's sell both of those items now that we don't need them. Okay, and then if we go back to the other town, Mistoke here, we will get the best armor in the game. Let's see if we have enough money to fit up everybody. Before we do that, let's check and see what everybody has. I think Mia already has her best armor, the ancient vest, yeah, and maybe Leia does too. She has a queen tunic. Okay. So let's see. So yes, that's true. So we need to get the lady robe for Kara. She takes a lot of damage. Then we have enough. Get the king armor for Chris. And finally the Maxim protector for Ren. Always prioritize Ren last since he has the most defense out of everybody. Oops. Let's equip all that. And finally, we'll want to stock up on as many curative items as we can, because the enemies in this last dungeon hit hard, and looks like Kara's got the most space, and everybody else has a decent amount of trimates. Yeah. So we'll definitely want to save as much of Leia's TP as we can for the final boss. We do not need money for anything else, so let's just go wild. I think 5 of these will do. And one last save before setting off. Here, getting there is relatively simple. Just gotta go back to that last place we were at. Okay. So as soon as we get here, we see that a much more ominous music is playing. The same music from when we released Dark Force. Find your eternal rest in the unholy capital of Lashute. Quite a reversal. Okay, so now things are getting interesting. Look at these dudes. They look... I mean, this dude on the right here looks like he would be at home in New Apocalypse under Varen Wunderbar if you're a DC fan. The enemy design really gets crazy at this point. Wow, that actually hurt Chris quite a bit. We were the ones who stole Maya's memory and brought her to Riek, and in return, in his search for Maya, your grandfather called back the satellites for us. Thanks to him, Siren and Loon awakened and started a great war. So in the first chapter of the game, you play as Riss, who is going to marry Maya, who washes up on the beach, so they're revealing that they were the ones behind that all along. Dastardly. This is the way I want to go. I think so. No, wait, no it's not. I need to go back. Leia closed the passageways between all the worlds out of fear that the war would spread, but your father opened them one after another for us. And now she's being really evil by blocking my path. So yeah, as you go through this dungeon, I'm just going to talk while we wait for her to move. You find more NPCs who basically reveal that they've been behind all the events, you know, of the game, which is neat, but it feels a bit retconning, you know, since you haven't actually seen them do anything. They just hang out here waiting for you to come by so that they can say they've been behind everything all along. Come on, lady, move. There we go. How gracious of you to break the seal on the name of our god, Dark Force. Thanks to you, our god can now manifest himself in physical form. You know, our bad. Start being intelligent about how we target the back row here. You have done everything completely according to our plans. Die now, by the very foolishness that has been your undoing. You know, with that line, you'd think he's gonna attack you or something, but no, he just stands there and is content to let other people try to kill you, I guess. I think that guy's name was Neo Murder. Aw, Mew and Ren had the same health values. It's funny because they're both robots. Actually, that's pretty low for Ren, so let's tap him off. If you recall, when we visited here last time, there was that long stairway before you got to Rulak here, and now it's evident why it was designed that way, so that this could be a incredibly long dungeon affair for you. It actually has some resemblance with the original, well, not original, but with the North American art for this game, which is a depiction of the hero climbing a very long flight of stairs, and I believe it is meant to reflect this next segment here. If I recall, he's like holding his sword and reflecting a laser beam from a robot or something, so that part doesn't really have any correspondence into the game, but... Okay, so let's go ahead and heal everybody up. Go ahead and use one SAR, and that should mostly take everybody to full. I think we can leave Ren and Chris there. Okay. Ah, of course. So, finally you have come, ye who bear the blood of my brother. I am he who has sold his soul to the god of destruction, Dark Force. Do you know why? I lost my wife and child in the wars of 1,000 years ago. It was then that it came to me, that we have no need of this world, that it all should cease to exist. Classic JRPG nihilist villain here. So before we fight, I do have to say, the character sprites in this game, the battle sprites in particular, have been really weird. But I do love what they've done with Rulika here. I mean, look, he's barely interested in what's going on around him. Like this cuts a very imposing, villain figure. He looks exactly like a guy who has lived too long and is bored of the world and is maybe just hoping that you're gonna end it all for him. Like, he definitely seems like he doesn't really have any particular interest either way who comes out on top in this conflict. I'll definitely have to use a little bit of Leia's magic on this. Oof, that's real close. Oh, I thought she was going to heal again, so that was fortunate. So, you believe that strongly in the possibility of joy. Then go beyond and destroy the Dark God. Farewell, kin of my brother. Rulakir has departed for the world where his wife and child await. Okay. Trimates, trimates, trimates. Ah, shit, I wasted that one. Okay. Here we go. Final lower dungeon. Ah, why are they giving us a shield at this point? We do not need it. Okay, so yeah. These dungeons are a bit labyrinthian, so it requires there's nothing I need in that chest, I already know. There's nothing I need in it, and yet I can't help it. Actually, the helm might be useful. Yeah, King Helm. Okay. Not completely useless. Oops, I think the way I needed to go was back here, actually. Maybe up here? Yeah, seems right. Oof. You took some bad hit there. Here. Use one SAR spell here. It should be okay for now. Okay, well, we got Star Mist, so that's helpful. Let's use one small spell here. Yeah, Leia sure ate shit. I know we're gonna want to pick up a Moondew right over here. Damn it. I gambled on that. Okay, let's see how this goes. There we go. Moondew. And this last piece here. Maxim gear, so that's the best headpiece for Ren, which we shall now give him. So the final boss is in this chest, which is interesting because he was also in a chest in Phantasy Star 2. I don't know of many other games that hide the final boss in a chest for you, like he's a mimic or something like that, but that's what this one does. Alright. Here we go. Actually, let's just make sure that everybody is at max health. Mew is going to be our secondary healer, so it's painful, but a couple of digits really could make the difference for Leia here. Ren, I think, is going to be okay. Alright. Actually, before we do that, let's make sure I have Moondews on the right people. I don't really want them on... I want them on somebody's Kara, because her attack's not going to be very high on this fight. Who's got the other Moondew? Is it Leia? Do we only have one? I thought we had two. Oh, there's the other one, yeah. Yeah, don't keep him on Chris. Okay. Alright, let's do it. I am Dark Force, that which exists only to destroy. Your anger, suffering, and sorrow are my joy. Humanity shall never know happiness as long as I exist. Now it's your turn. Find your painful deaths in my embrace. Okay, so right away, the winning strategy here is to target his anatomic left hand first. It's very weak. Just have everybody do that. Oh, Kara can just target them both. Okay. And yeah, see, that hand is already dead. And now we can just do this. Ah, damn it. They attacked the center. That's unusual. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have Kara use, as she goes early, he's going to use the Trimate on Chris here. Do this. Oof, that was a little scary. Using Trimates until we have to avoid them. And just to avoid any outcomes like last time, I'm going to specifically tell everybody to target that hand. Oh, what version is this in the chat? This is so I'm using a patch created by an individual named Vivify93. It takes the Peaches translation, if you're familiar with that. It's on RHDN, and just subs in the international names from the North American version. So you kind of get the benefits of more modernized English version with the same names that were in the original North American release, in case you prefer it that way, which I do. So now at this point we just want to have Leia casting SAR every time to counteract that. I think the right hand is still up, so let's keep attacking it. Yeah, I don't have that detailed in memory. Responding to the comment, gotcha, the font being different was strange, yeah. I haven't compared them. Okay, so hand is down, great. So I'm really glad that went off before he got his next attack. I'm gonna have Leia keep healing. He's really not much of a hard boss if you know what you're doing. There's not... Yeah, see, there we go. I thought I would burn your peaceful world in the flames of the sun, but oh well. I am the king of demons who gains life every 1,000 years. I suppose I will return to my sleep once more in anticipation of my next opportunity. Dark Force disappears. Incredibly sore loser. To think that so many good people died because of these monsters. Chris's anger triggered the technique of ultimate destruction, Majid. The explosions from Majid are tearing the floating city apart. Hurry, we've got to get out of here. There's no time. We'll never make it. Please, spare those I love from any further pain. Miu's heartfelt wish activated a technique of light, Ryuka. Through the power of Ryuka, Miu and the others were teleported outside the floating city. The floating city of the Disciples of Darkness sunk to the bottom of the lake. Chris, look at the sky. We're going to collide with the sun. Were we too late? Come on, pilots! Hurry up and change our course. I don't know how we got to those guys, but sure. Very tense here. Those pilots cut it pretty close. If it weren't for them, we'd be roasted. I'm receiving a transmission from the pilots. I will read it. This is Aaron calling our heroes. We thank you for vanquishing the power that was preventing us from changing course. We've learned that this solar system boasts several planets. And one of them seems like it could be a suitable new home for us. We're headed for it. You can probably see it yourselves from where you are right now. Yeah, I don't have the timing on these at all. It looks like our 2,000-year journey is at an end. We made it. Oh look, it's a 3-planet solar system, just like Algol. So, that's the end of Chris's story. I have one more to go I've already done 2 other endings now. So if you're very familiar with Phantasy Star 3, you might note that they talk about 2,000 years instead of 1,000, and that's an effect of the retranslation that I've attached to this game. I think in the North American release it strictly said 1,000 years for everything, but in fact it's actually been 2,000 years between Phantasy Star 2 and Phantasy Star 3, and the Orakyo-Leian War began 1,000 years ago. So that's, as far as the Japanese are concerned, the true timeline, which, if you're aware, Phantasy Star 4 takes place 1,000 years after Phantasy Star 2. So this game actually takes place 1,000 years after Phantasy Star 4, placing it as the last game in the timeline, which is a bit weird, but it also works with one of the other endings that has already been, that I think I've already seen, but I'll know for sure when I get the next one. The end. Okay, so that brings this segment of the game to an end. Next time I stream, we'll be starting with the 4th hero, 4th and last, whose name I cannot quite remember. But please look forward to it. It'll be this week sometime. So if you dropped in on the stream, thanks a bunch. And I'll be uploading this to YouTube in a bit. So this is Desmancer signing off.